Fox has had critically praised movies in its past, like X-Men Days of Future Past and Logan, but they've also had some universally mixed films, such as X-Men Apocalypse. Though both Fox and Marvel Studios have not confirmed, or even suggested, any mutant members returning back to their original owners, it wouldn't be too far-fetched to say that Marvel would soon get their rights back to the Astonishing X-Men. I'm just kidding, that's not true. They already announced 3 movies that'll be released next year. Fox and Marvel are really not close friends when it comes down to this kind of business, and there's a big chance we'll never see Wolverine cross paths with the Hulk on screen in my lifetime. That's just how business works. God bless America. In this video, I'll give you all my thoughts on who I'd like to see as the famous fictional mutant superheroes, if they were to ever return back home to Marvel. Yeah, this'll probably never happen. Just to tag this on real quick, there have been a lot of X-Men members out there, and by a lot, I mean a lot. So I'm just gonna list those members who are most commonly associated with the X-Men group. Remember, these picks are just my opinion, so don't get butthurt if I didn't pick your #1 favorite Oscar-worthy nominee John Cena to play your favorite superhero Squirrel Girl. Anyways, here's my list. Charles Xavier is the mentor of the mutant superhero group known as the X-Men. He guides new and old members whenever they stumble along their path to heroism. Patrick Stewart and James McAvoy did amazing jobs as both the old and young Professor X, respectively. In fact, it'd be hard to find someone to replace them, or even try to stand against the mark they've left on the character. But I think Mark Strong brings a lot to the table. He's got that strong, serious look to him that would make him playing a leader-type role like this one a great choice. And he's also an award-winning actor too, nominated and won several Best Actor achievements for his work. So do I have a second choice? Not really. I really think this guy would do a pretty damn good job as Professor X. James Howlett is a Canadian mutant who has the power to have retractable claws come out of his hands, heal himself through an accelerated healing factor, and be practically invulnerable to physical pain thanks to an adamantium skeleton. Hugh Jackman did a phenomenal job as Logan, but one thing fans never did get to see was the iconic costume. Sure, some could argue that this costume would look ridiculous on screen, but this just looks beautiful. Credits to the person with the username of SpiderMonkey23. I'll leave a link to his work in the description because honestly, this is just... wow. And I know many people have been saying this already, and I don't want to talk about it too much as I feel like I'm just repeating what everyone else is saying, but Tom Hardy would kill it in this role. He's proved that he can attain the physique of Wolverine as he bulked up for the role of Bane in The Dark Knight Rises, and toned his body to match that of a professional boxer in Warrior. This fan art of Tom Hardy as Wolverine only furthers the point that this dude is perfect for the role. You know what? Let's do something about this since no one else will. Let's hashtag Hardy for Wolvie. And hashtag, don't actually hashtag that, because that might come off as annoying. Mutant Scott Summers is the field leader of the X-Men group who, after suffering from a serious head injury when he was younger, must wear specialized ruby quartz glasses to keep his uncontrollable optic blasts in check. His specialty is, well, firing optic blasts. Pew, 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 pew. Both James Marsden and Ty Sheridan did the character justice with what they were given, and I really liked them. Marsden actually was my definition of Cyclops when I was younger. I watched him bring the character to life before I even learned to speak. And Sheridan's attitude made it feel like he was a younger version of the guy. Actor Armie Hammer, I feel, fits the bill really well. He's got that pretty boy look to him, and he's proven that he can take on a lead role well, as shown in the 2015 film, The Man from U.N.C.L.E. He'd also make a really good Hal Jordan, but depends on who'd get to him first, as I'd like him as Cyclops and the Green Lantern equally. Jean Grey is an immensely powerful telekinetic and telepathic mutant that also has an alter ego known as the Phoenix. She was constantly an outcast in Xavier's school. Being unable to control her powers made everyone afraid of her. But then she met ya boy Scotty, and they became the lonely weirdos together or something. Kidding! I'm a weirdo too. So I actually have 3 picks for this character. My #1 would probably be Natalie Dormer. She's got that strong, powerful vibe whenever she appears on screen in any film, and she has also proved that she can play a badass role like Cressida in The Hunger Games. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. It could be Cressida, it could be Cressida, I really don't know, man. But here's the problem with this choice. She has already appeared in the MCU before, as that one private who half-seduced Cap in the first Avenger. So this could potentially cancel out her chances in playing another character in this universe entirely. But hey, they got this guy, Kenneth Choi, who played some private dude alongside Cap in the 1940s, to come back as the new Peter Parker's principal. So yeah, anything is possible with Marvel. Bryce Dallas Howard and Amanda Seyfried are my other choices. Not sure if I prefer one over the other though. Aurora Monroe is a powerful mutant who has the ability to manipulate the weather and, as her name suggests, cause storms. She can summon things ranging from striking blue streaks of lightning to deadly hurricanes and blizzards. Oh, and also she can fly. I grew up with Halle Berry as Storm, so I didn't really have a problem with her iteration of the character. I've seen some comments recently about her accents coming and going though, throughout the franchise, which I don't recall because I was really young when those original films came out, but overall I did not have a problem with her. I really like the new actress, Alexandra Shipp, in X-Men Apocalypse. I felt like she did the character justice. In regards to bringing this character into the MCU, Yaya DaCosta would hold the weight of this character well. She has been nominated for the best breakthrough performance in one of her films and stood alongside the likes of Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe in the universally praised film The Nice Guys. Plus she spits some fire mixtapes too. The next one on this list is Hank McCoy. He was a genius from childhood, graduating from Harvard at the ripe old age of 15. He later obtained super strength, but at the cost of turning into a mini Blue Shrek. I honestly really like the Kelsey Grammer and Nicholas Hoult Beast, but here's my problem with the version entirely. This opinion may not be the most favorited out there, but I imagine Beast as some sort of like Hulk figure of the X-Men. Not as big as the Hulk, but relatively bigger than, say, the physique of Captain America or Wolverine. I can see why the films would just portray him in a makeup suit, but after seeing what Hollywood can do with CG, like in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, I'd really like to see maybe a bulkier and bigger version of Beast in CG form. The things he did in the films kind of looked silly to me, because I just wasn't able to be convinced that this thing at this size is that strong. That's not to say these actors did terribly, it's just the design of the Beast itself that threw me off. Following up these great performers, Game of Thrones actor Kit Harington would be an excellent choice for the role. He's a very skilled actor, carrying 6 years of the television series as of this video's release, and has won a few Best Actor awards. So yeah, he's my top pick. Kurt Wagner is the Blue Mutant X-Men member who has the ability to teleport from place to place. It's Kurt Wagner in German, but you know, God bless America. He's traditionally the son of both Azazel and Mystique, though I'm not sure if that's ever really been a canon thing in the films. As far as who could play him, I know this may be a little controversial, but I think relatively new actor Ludi Lin would make an exceptional Nightcrawler. The reason why I say it's controversial is because of the whole race thing. Nightcrawler is supposed to be German, and Lin is Asian. But hey, he's gonna be under all that blue makeup anyways, and actors have been faking accents for a really long time. Oh, what's that? You disagree? Damn, I should jam my hand in the toaster for having an opinion, huh? Plus, he apparently got cast already in the DC Aquaman movie. So you know what? Let's just forget I said anything. My second, and I guess less controversial pick, would be Jamie Bell. He played the Thing in the 2015 remake of Fantastic Four, but judging by how that film was received by the audience, I don't think any of the cast members will be returning for future installments of that franchise. Don't get me wrong, Bell did a great job as Ben Grimm. He just wasn't given much to work with. The power and life-draining mutant known as Rogue has had a really long absence in the recent X-Men films within the past decade or so. She even had her short clip in Days of Future Past cut. Anyways, there have been many complaints about Anna Paquin's portrayal of the character being bland. Personally, I don't think it's as bad as others exaggerate it out to be, but I can see where they're coming from. My choice for this would probably be Kristen Stewart. Now hold on a sec, let me explain. She gets a lot of shade thrown at her for being the girl from Twilight, but she has grown so much since then. She has gone on to star in critically acclaimed movies such as Clouds of Silmaria, Adventureland, and Still Alice. Stewart's got that calm, reserved look to her that makes people underestimate her, but also that fiery aura that outlines the character of Rogue. Plus, she is the only American actress as of today to win a Caesar Award. And if you have a different opinion and still think this is a bad casting choice, then damn, maybe you should jam your hand into a toaster too, huh? Bobby Drake is basically the Sub-Zero to the X-Men. He can turn anything around him and himself into ice, as well as surf on ice and shoot snow cones from his hands. Actor Charlie Hunnam can no doubtably bring this character to life. He has got the chiseled, pronounced chin and piercing blue hazel eyes to pull it off. Even though Iceman's eyes are supposed to be brown. He's proven that he can kick ass in action films as shown in the 2013 film Pacific Rim. I'm all for this one. Make it happen, Marvel. Just kidding, I'm not telling you what to do, please don't hurt me. Colossus is the giant 7-foot-tall dude that can completely transform his soft skin into steel-like armor. At his armored state, he gains so much strength that he could send someone flying by just merely patting them on the back. Now I'm gonna have to cop out here, because I honestly have no choice for this guy. I mean, I loved what they did with the Deadpool movies version of the character. Not so much the original X-Men one though, just because of the sheer size of him. So yeah, leave your comments down below to let me know who you'd want him to be played by. And just for the hell of getting to say that I actually had an input on this part, John Cena? Nah, I'm just kidding. Or am I?
Are you sure about that?
Kitty Pryde is a young mutant capable of phasing through solid objects and transporting people's consciousness back in time. I really like the version the old films gave us, even though they recast her 3 different times. I think Violet Bean would make a pretty good Shadowcat. She has shown that she can perform well as an on-screen superhero, as shown in the ongoing TV show The Flash. The problem is, though, it's just that. She's already in a superhero show, a DC one too, so her likelihood of being an X-Men isn't as high as other actresses. But hey, your boy Benny did it, so why can't she? My second choice would be Emily Browning. She's done action before in Zack Snyder's 2011 film Sucker Punch, and a sort of adventure-like film in Brad Silberling's 2004 film, A Series of Unfortunate Events. Browning would probably be a more likely candidate because of the whole Flash thing, but both actresses would pull off the role really well. One of Professor X's students, Jubilee, possesses the ability to generate electric fire-like plasmoids from her hand. Basically, she makes fireworks. I felt that Lana Condor's Jubilee in X-Men Apocalypse was really underused, and we didn't really get to see her do much as audiences expected, what from all the promotional ads and TV spots. Seriously, she was fantastic, much better than what the other actresses did prior to her because... well, I mean, she actually had lines. Actress Jamie Chung would fit the role nicely. She's kind of got that flair to her. You know what I mean? That spark of charm, kindness, and outgoing vibe that defines the character of Jubilee. Sparks? Fireworks? See what I did there? No? Okay. I don't really have a suggestion here because he's already in the MCU. Well, was. Yep. Not really much to say. On to the next one. She's in the MCU too. Raven Darkholme is infamous for the power of being able to shapeshift into anyone she wants. She has blue skin, and exclusively in the films, has some sort of bejeweled reptile faux leather patches on her epidermis. This character has been getting a lot of mixed feelings after Jennifer Lawrence picked up the role of the well-known mutant. Fans have been accusing and defending Fox Studios for putting a C-list character on the front lines just because the actress is really famous and well-loved by everyone. In my opinion on the situation, I liked her as Mystique and didn't really have a problem with it as much as a lot of other people did. Anyways, finding a new actress shouldn't be too hard for this, as she literally can keep swapping appearances on the fly. But the actress should also be experienced with huge massive amounts of makeup. And for that, I feel like Elizabeth Banks would kill it in this role. Many of her most well-known roles, like Effie Trinket from The Hunger Games and Rita Repulsa from the recent Power Rangers movie, just to name a few, involved heavy makeup work. And her performances always knocked the ball out of the park every time. I know both of those characters she played were a little on the campy side, but I'm sure a little more serious role wouldn't be too hard for her. Again, with the whole shapeshifting thing, I don't know if she would get as much screen time as audiences or even she herself would want. But yeah, that's my choice for Mystique. Eric Lehnsherr is a very powerful mutant who can telekinetically control metal and create magnetic fields. This guy isn't really a part of the X-Men team, but he's most commonly associated with them, so I just threw him in here anyways. I loved both Michael Fassbender's and Sir Ian McKellen's work as a Master of Magnetism, and it'd be hard to see them replace. Regardless, I'd really like to see Christoph Waltz join in on the MCU as his character. He's got the face, and he's most definitely got the acting chops. He's won numerous amounts of Best Actor awards and makes up for a pretty great villain on screen. I mean, look at him, he's got that little villain look to him too. He is my #1 pick if Magneto were to ever be recast. So that's all the X-Men I consider to be a part of the main team / story film series. I know I've excluded some important members like Gambit or Angel, but honestly, this video has gone on long enough, and it could drag on for hours just trying to recast or talk about every character that's been in X-Men. Okay, fine, real quick. For Gambit, Channing Tatum, since we haven't really seen him actually in a Fox-produced X-Men film just yet, or Ian Somerhalder because my god, look at that chin! And for Angel, Matt Barr because abs, or Zac Efron because Zac Efron. Everybody's always talking at me. And for Deadpool, they can cast Ryan Reynolds again, seeing that he can break another fourth wall and make jokes about the 2 different companies. There you have it. That's my opinion on who should be cast as the X-Men in the MCU if they were ever to return back home to their original creators. Did you agree with my list? Comment down below and let me know who you think should be cast as who, and if you genuinely liked this video, then please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, consider following me on my Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram accounts. And for more of my videos, just click right here.